FeatureCAM 2013 R3 introduces a new part document type called vertical mill turn. This part document type is designed to cater for machines such as the DMG DMU80FD that we're going to use in this example. These are large milling machines, but they have a rotary table that is capable of machining turning toolpaths. We've been working towards trying to cater for these machines by adding functionality in previous versions. This latest level of functionality involves the part document type itself. So to create this part document type, we go to the File menu, say New, and you'll see there's a new file type called vertical mill turn. If we choose to OK, just cancel the stock dialog for the time being, and you'll notice I get a setup and a stock as we would expect. However, we can see in the part view we have a setup 1 which is classed as a turning setup. We've also got an additional setup that's being created, and in this case this is a milling setup. So the idea is we can create turning operations and milling operations with their own local coordinate systems. As well as this, under the stock dialog, under indexing, you'll notice there is a new checkbox called vertical mill turn. This is enabled when we use this vertical mill turn type document. We also get a toolbar which appears with a couple of utilities that allow us to post the mill turn setups as a combined NC program. And in this demonstration we're going to look at the simulation combination as well. It's recommended under the viewing menu, under machine, you switch your turning machine to a vertical turret lathe to represent the view controls a bit more realistically when we're dealing with any kind of machine simulation. Let's go over to our example that we've already created. In this case this is quite a large part. This is a turbine casing for an engine, and in this case we have a number of setups already pre-created. We have setup 1 which includes a facing and turning operations, setup 2 which is a combination of milling operations on this face area here, and then setup 3 which is an additional turning operation for a groove that's occurring just under that lip on the part. Now in the past, if I did any kind of simulation, in this case I'm going to do a 3D simulation, single step, so the tool comes into position, and I can play through each of those operations like so. If I wanted to move or change to a different setup, I can do this once I'm in the 3D simulation by simply going to the setup option, choosing setup number 2, and then continuing the simulation. You can now see the milling features that I've created. I can then finally switch to setup 3 and again resimulate, and this will simulate the grooving operation under the component to complete the features that I've created in this particular example. So the new option, using this new toolbar, will combine these together to produce a simulation without me having to step through the setups in each case. So I'm going to select setup number 1 and then choosing the simulate terminal setups. You can see they're all combined together into one simulation without me having to go through and individually change the setups. In this example you can see I'm just using the 3D simulation. However, if I turn on my machine simulation, and again I'm just going to rotate the view around, play the simulation, and this time we can do it with the machine tool. Come over, do the final grooving. and there's my part. So as well as this, we can choose the option to post this out, and this will combine both the NC programs for any turning and milling and generate a single NC program output for you to put on your machine.